I color-coded, I labeled, and I even bought all the fancy bins. My house still felt like chaos until I stopped organizing the Pinterest way. Because if bins and labels actually worked, my house wouldn't still be a mess. But Pinterest, although very aesthetically pleasing, does not, unfortunately, organize for your brain or your real life habits. That's why it's not sticking. Okay, let's talk about why your home still feels chaotic, even when it looks organized, and what actually works instead. This is organizing for real life, especially if your life is messy. So here's the first major shift that made organizing actually stick for me, and it had nothing to do with products. Stop trying to change habits. Organizing isn't about how you think it should be organized. It's about how everyone in the house actually uses it. The real life, unchangeable habits. I don't know about you, but every time my husband and I try to change certain habits, we adopt the new behavior for a while, then things get chaotic, we're back to our normal life, and then boom, we're back to those old habits. And if you have kids, this is probably even worse. So I thought, it's probably more realistic to design systems around our habits than it is to actually change our habits. I made the mistake of building everything around my own habits. I thought, I'll label it, and if I label it, it will be obvious for everyone where to find it and where to put it away. Yeah, no, not at all. Here's how it actually goes in our house. I can't stand visual clutter. If there's stuff sitting out, I shove it away. I put it out of sight into a drawer, into a basket, literally anywhere but out. Out of sight, out of mind. My husband, he's the opposite. If he can't find something immediately or quickly, he pulls everything out, and then suddenly there's clutter everywhere. So then I go shove it back in, he pulls it out again. You get the picture. This is really just a vicious cycle. And it all stems from not having a system built for both of us. And this is not me speaking poorly, but these are just our habits. And that's something you need to evaluate, how you're actually living your life, how you both actually utilize the house. And because we can never find anything, we overbuy things we don't need. I found 4 different bags of bulk popcorn kernels. 4 bags of bulk popcorn. Okay, when you make bulk popcorn, you need like a half a cup. So this is gonna last for like 20 years. I started designing around the worst habits in the house. Not the best intentions, not the good habits we think we have, the real life bad habits. Okay, now this next one might sound weird, but once I started doing it, it saved me hours every single week. It's where the chaos has a landing spot or a home away from home without destroying your entire house. Staging zones, or I like to call them transition zones. Organizing 101 says that everything needs a home or a dedicated spot. Let's be real, not everything gets put away immediately. Life just doesn't work like that for us. So I created these temporary transition homes. So some things, yes, some things have 2 homes. I started taking note of the things that were frequently contributing to all the clutter in the house, even though they already have a dedicated spot, right? A labeled spot where they should live. What things were frequently not in their dedicated home and contributing to the clutter? For example, when I'm getting dressed, I'm running late, I try on 4 different outfits, I don't have time to hang everything back up, then boom, there's a little pile of clothes in my closet that I'm not ready to hang, and they're not ready to go in the dirty clothes. For this very reason, I created a dedicated bin called Hangerless and Homeless. Another example is our front room would always have a little pile of stuff waiting to be returned. I wouldn't want to go immediately drop it off to be returned. I usually wait until I have a few things to return to Amazon or wherever. Stuff would sit in that front room on our little ledge for weeks waiting to be returned. So now I have a bin right there, things to return. Game changer. If you've ever created that perfect solution only for no one in your house to actually use that new system you made that's so perfect, yeah, me too. And this is why. Most systems, including what my professional organizers did, are built for how we wish people lived, how we think they should live, and not what happens in reality, how they actually live. Good organizing isn't about being more disciplined or nagging your family or training your family on how to do things properly. It's about designing around your reality, especially on your tired days, your distracted days, those days where you just need to dump this here and move on. Don't force where people should drop things. Put the catch zones where people naturally plop things down. And don't be afraid to have 2 drop zones of the exact same type. For example, like those little bowls for your keys and wallets. Most people want these to look nice and put them in a logical spot. However, in our case, my husband comes through the front door and I come through the garage door. So now we each have our own drop zone of the same type, right? We both have like a key and wallet bowl. Mine's by the back door where I naturally put things down, and his is by the front door where he naturally sets things down. Now things finally stay where they should. And honestly, once I stopped trying to make my whole house look like it could go on Pinterest and started just designing around real life, everything got way easier and actually more Pinterest worthy. Not that my house is Pinterest worthy, but it was not at all anywhere near it before. If any of this hit you right in the "I've tried everything" spot, you are not alone. You're not failing, the system is failing you. Your husband's not failing, your kids are not failing, the system is failing. The next episode is where it really clicks. I'm showing you 2 invisible zones that actually stop clutter before it even starts. I'll put the link here up on the screen so you can watch that one next. It's short, it's practical, and honestly changed the way my whole house functions. And hey, if no one's told you today, you're not messy. You just need systems that work for you. See you next time, my beautiful friends.